Shalom, it's Selfie Carats. Ooh, okay guys, this is going to be your mid-month for Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and thumbs up if this video resonates, or comment below and let me know what did resonate, okay? So we're going to get into the depths, okay? So last time in the reading, if you guys go watch the original monthlies for the May 2020, we talked about, you know what I'm saying, we talked about, you know, we wrote the charms, we got some letters. So I want to actually see the month of the physical person that maybe you may be in the energy of, and then I also want to know the spiritual astral house, okay? So what you spiritually should be focused on, okay? And then of course we'll talk about the emotional and the mental, but those will come up in the relevancy of the cards, okay? I did get some clairaudient messages before I start. So it said dare to be different, and then process of elimination. And then I also had another one that was just before I even hit record. It said that is not what you saw. Okay, that is not what you saw. Or seen. That is not what you've seen, okay? Okay, so either someone could be trying to gaslight you, or that could just be something that, you know, maybe you are kind of under the illusion that you saw something that you didn't, okay? So again, the high priestess may not want you to know exactly what you saw. So they could be, you know, ancestors could be hiding information from you, okay? So of course we're going to do the original 4 under 4 format, and of course we're going to pull cards for each, you know, whatchamacallit. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, you guys ready? I know this is my first time doing mid-month, so I'm excited about this, but I kind of like really going into it. I've been lately getting a little bit more, you know, my inquisitive nose have been like, you know, flaring. Of course, allergy season is coming up. I'm doing all 4 months, 4 weeks still, okay? The high priestess is still remaining strong, and at the bottom of the deck, so that's the energy up, okay? So making sure whatever you discover, you kind of let that marinate and be more of your knowing rather than the public's knowing, okay? So then we got the sun card in reverse in your emotional space, okay? So that again, in reverse, that's something you can't rehearse emotionally, okay? You can't emotionally know everything, okay? Or you cannot emotionally, you know, display everything, okay? Or maybe this person is, you know, kind of confining you in a sense, okay? So to clarify that, we got the hand in need of a help, assistance, or a guidance, okay? So you may be of that to someone, and you may not be displaying that to them, that you can be that for them, okay? We got the 7 of Cups in reverse in your spiritual aspect, okay? So your spiritual strength is to, you know, really be able to hone in on all those talents, but also finding one, okay? This could be specifically you talking to a Sagittarian energy, okay? Which will need that, you know, that kind of more direct and focus and that higher mind to be accelerated, okay? We got the broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted, okay? That might be a good thing in a sense, okay? That may be a good thing in a sense, because you want to be able to have that, you know, again, that sense of focus. And when you don't have that sense of focus, you have that sense of, you know, scatterbrain activity. Like I said, going back to that dare to be different, okay? Dare to be different, having a different approach to how you wish for things, okay? And then I'm not gonna pull a 9. Well, I guess I could do a double it. Okay, so we got the hat. You will be playing a different role. So that 9 of Swords coming in the physical. Okay, we're gonna find out who this person is specifically in a date range, and then we're gonna pull a month card, okay? Just in case it's 2 people, you know, mimicking the same energy. But that 9 of Swords is also, I talked about this earlier in one of the cards this week, is having those 2 swords for, you know, I guess it's kind of like almost keeping things, like I said, the high priestess is like the main energy of, you know, this reading right now. So having those 2 swords being something that's, okay, you have one going forward, one going backward. So don't stab yourself by overthinking things, okay? Don't stab yourself by overthinking things. And also be able to be willing to accept that role of, you know, being wrong, if that makes sense. Okay, being wrong about a certain energy. Okay, so we got the 9 of Swords is Gemini energy, okay? So that's that duality. So because you are, okay, so we have that, like I said, the Sagittarian energy is kind of coming to me mostly, so, but we'll see. Hold on. All right, so we got 9 of Swords. So we got June 1st to the 10th, okay? So that's upcoming energy, okay? That could be present, that what you need to, you know, kind of think of, but then you have to think of, you know, how you may be looked at differently in that time frame. Okay, so it could be the person, or this person could be giving you that, you know, information to reflect that, or that assistance that you need. Okay, that comes right back in. Then we got the Knife of Swords. Okay, so that Knife of Swords is the Page of Swords. So that could be a petty P. Mentally, you could be thinking about the petty P's energy and what they may want from you, or you could be thinking about the things that your audience needs. Okay, this Knife could also be an audience. Okay, because it's, you know, what you put out publicly for others to, you know, I guess, comment on. Okay. Then we got the Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. Okay, so somebody might not have that, you know, have a sense of tangibility to you anymore, like you're like almost kind of like too far gone. Okay, or you too far different. But also the process of elimination, that, you know, those could be other people's petty peace, or nothing but people who, you know, realize that they don't have access to you anymore, especially energetically. Okay, because there's a movement. I like when the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Swords both show up, because it's kind of like, okay, movement, but also understanding of that movement, okay, mentally for yourself and not others. Okay, so let's go ahead and, well, I guess November is going to be the card for this person. Okay, so November is for the first physical, that first, we're not really going into weeks when we talk about this, we're going into this really the energy of each. Okay, so it's kind of like breaking down ESPM in a more thorough way, but also talking about it in this way. Okay, so you gotta be able to see the grid of something, okay, because there's nobody, or there's no government that's not grid watching. Okay, so you have to be in the mindset of higher intelligence. Okay, so then we got the Knight of Swords. That Knight of Swords comes in to say, okay, remember I talked about how this is always the long, so you have to think about the long way of knowing something, or the long way. You have to know basically shorthand division and longhand division, okay, when it comes to process elimination. Okay, and what needs to be divided now and what needs to be divided for later. Okay, and then we got the Knight of Swords. That's that petty P, but it's also a fine man. Okay, again, that stable rock energy. This is emotionally. Okay, so the process of eliminating emotionally, knowing what to do, you know, for yourself in an emotional, you know, matter. But then spiritually being solid, but also spiritually being grounded. Okay, so that's that Page of Wands, having that spiritual, you can tell the vitality of someone by how much they can perform without exhaustion. Okay, and you have to be able to put yourself in that position to not be exhausted in your performative act. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles coming up in the physical. So that Queen comes in to give you that December 13th to January 9th. Okay, could be the person that's helping you, assisting you in your physical world or your physical life or aspect. Okay, so then we have the Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay, so that comes in your emotional state. Well, okay, so now this is the state where somebody may not be accepting of you, you process and eliminating them, but that taking your time with the elimination process, or again, it kind of really help. I don't want to say soothe the ego of a person, but soothe the ego of the person that's being cut off. Okay? You got to kind of like, and do it strategically. It's just a strategic way of, saying this is no longer needed for me, but also sustainability of those. Okay. This arrogant, boastful person may be somebody that you may need to sustain in your life. Okay. And you may have to actually spiritually know that. Okay. To initiate that energy. Okay. That Queen of, let's see, the Knight of Spiritual Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. Okay, so these two go together for that relevancy of, waking up early to, greet the sunrise to get more information. Also being in tune with the sun's natural cycle. Okay, being a cycle of the sun. Okay. Being the cycle of the sun. Okay, and then we got the Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Okay, so this could be someone could think that the Queen of Pentacles is boastful, arrogant, not approachable, but they are, and they are in that aspect because they will communicate to you, but you have to initiate the communication. Okay, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So that could be a feminine energy. Females could be like, oh, I'm intimidated by her because she looks like she has money. No, be the person that looks like they have money too. When you your environment is your like. Okay, like loves like. Okay, like attracts like. And we have March. Okay, so this could be a March person that you may need to kind of consider, who is someone that you want around you. Okay, Eight of Swords, that is also that mental let go, but it's also that kind of like that typing. Okay, so if you're needing to get up and type up some projects, type up some reports, actually get your literary work in alignment, and make sure you do that. Okay, as a part of that process of elimination, not getting yourself too deep into the pit where you're behind on certain logistics of mind and craft. Okay, and then we have the Parrot. Okay, that mocking. Okay, so don't mock yourself but don't knock yourself, okay? Someone will gossip about all your secrets unnecessarily, okay? That's that 8. That's that, look, that's that right there. Okay, so you can have fear of really having, really kind of showing yourself in a creative way, because you feel like, okay, my secrets is not relevant, or someone may try to leak your secrets before you leak them. Okay, you can have the same, you can have a way of displaying who you are to others without it being a form of secrecy. Okay. So I feel like Aquarius, you guys are private, but Pisces, you guys rule secrets, okay? So someone could be like, ooh, I want to tell who you are before someone tells who you are. It's like, oh. And then Aries, you guys just blah, 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 I mean, I'm not saying Aries talk, but they do talk, okay? Aries will talk. Unnecessarily. I just needed one shuffle. Thank you. So then we got this. Ooh, look how we gotta use the board now, y'all. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Hey, what's happening? This is just a review of the week, but this also can go into June. The first week of June. We also still have the Queen of the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we got the Sun, and we got the Fool. We got the Star, and we got the Moon. Okay, Pisces, you showed up, and Aquarius, you showed up, and the Fool, Aries, showed up. So y'all all showed up in y'all own reading, like, what's good, what's up, I want to talk. For what? For what? Ooh, what you want to talk for? Okay, so we got the Fool. Okay, so the Fool comes in because we got the Bull. Ooh, you guys could be researching the bull market, and get into stocks and investment. That could be your emotional energy, what you put your emotional energy into. Okay, says, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude, okay? Especially when it comes to new journeys, new, acquisitions and things that you want to explore. Don't back down from the things that people may tell you about it. Oh, that's scary. Oh, that's harmful. Oh, that's deadly. Okay, Four of Swords. Again, so you're not listening to that because you would have took time to recruise and think about it and meditate, and that would have took, that's delaying. We have to think too long about something, that's delaying, okay? So be someone of positive decision making. And also, again, like I said in the last, I forgot what reading it was, but don't go to someone else outside of you to find answers to what you need, okay? And we got the Knight of Pentacles, okay? So that doesn't have a, but it also, Oh, it does. Okay, so this April 11th to May 10th. Okay, so that was just passing energy. So think about 5 days ago, and how something was brought to your attention too. Okay, how something manifested. That could have been in reverse. Okay. Let me get you a spiritual card real quick. We got Shark. Okay, somebody just said they dreamed about sharks. So take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. Okay, so that is your spiritual with the Four of Swords. Okay, so again, like I said, you don't want to be flighty when it comes to making decisions, but you don't want to always feel like you're righty. Okay, you don't want to use your righty, use your left, meaning that feminine energy. Receive the divine wisdom that you need to receive without having to go into a deep meditation about something. Okay, so the Fool knows, but the Fool doesn't see it. Okay, and then we had, like I said, the Knight of Pentacles showing up in your physical area, but you also want to, I'm gonna give this a good shuffle. You also want to take time in September, and the Clouds, temporary problems. Okay, so this person can bring you temporary problems because, again, you gotta be in tune with how things come to you. Okay, then September, that is the number of 9, but it's also a number of karma as well. Okay, so again, in September, this could be a September person. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so again, in that week, you want to make sure you are making the relevancy of your South Node lesson-based only, not your action-based movement, okay? Lesson-based, luscious, okay? But lesson-based only, okay? So using your South Node for luscious, bye! Somebody talking about your luscious lip, girl, okay? So we said, using, like I said, using your South Node, things that you know about it. You're not going to really fully develop into that South Node, your North Node energy until you're about 30. But you can still, again, prepare yourself, because North Node is almost equivalent to Saturn. Although it doesn't give you restrictions, it gives you predictions, okay? Although it doesn't give you restriction, it gives you predictions, because again, you have to go through 28, 29 to get to the, you know, the result of 30. And that 30, that 28, that solar return really shapes you into who you want to become prophetically for yourself, okay? And then we have targets, okay? A goal-oriented person, like I said. Only use your South Node for lessons, okay? Anyway, so we have in this, we have the spirit. I like how the immature, not really immature, but the novice and the experienced, okay? Like I said, you have to see yourself as an experienced writer, as an experienced manifester, as an experienced magician, as an experienced. You have to know, you have to study the experienced, not the novice, okay? Study the experience, not the novice, okay? Or like I said, because this is kind of like South Node energy. You like the third, not really the third week, but the third, you know, I guess stream of what we can call this, the reading of, okay? So this third tier of, you know, knowledge and, you know, build upon what you know is now being, you know, upgraded in a sense that you have the, like I said, the energy, the material energy and the material wealth to perform at, you know, a different higher level, okay? So again, be emotionally prepared to, you know, be upgraded, okay? Especially spiritually, the way you want to be, okay? And then we got the King of Pentacles comes in your spiritual, okay? Because again, that's that material. Now you have the materials to work with, okay? More information, more knowledge, more things that are going to be downloaded to you. And then we have the stars, which again is that, you know, that healing through the vibrations that you have more, okay? You feel abundant when you have more. You know abundance is present because you have more, okay? And then we have the moon, which again brings in that shadow that you're able to kind of like be able to, you know, specifically see for yourself and others, okay? And then we got the whale. Family wishes come true, okay? So again, when you upgrade yourself from the novice, you put yourself in the relevancy of the master, okay? You know, align with the master. You know when you're a master, when you get in tune with your own masters, okay? Your own teachers, okay? King of Pentacles, okay? That again, that's your spiritual initiation, but also your spiritual evidence. And we have the leg stepping into a new experience, okay? So you may be consistently experiencing that King of Pentacles energy all the time because you're like, oh wow, I stepped into this bravely, boldly, and you know, I want to say the word ananomically, but I don't know what that word means. I feel like I do gotta know what Anna means, but you know, we gotta break it down. Also, what's the thing where you have to I forgot what it's called, but it was one of my favorite classes. Hold on. Anatomical. No, maybe it was anatomical. Okay, we're relating to body structure, but that could be something that you should be learning, okay? I just downloaded the anatomy app, okay, just to study, okay, because you never know when something, you know, as a healer, things may pop up as relevancy for you, and you have to, again, that Gemini being here doesn't mean that you don't know multiple things, but they all should be in relevancy to your craft, your main craft or mastery, okay? All right, so we got the stars being on, you know, what side is this? This is her left. So your stars being, knowing that you're a star as a, you know, as a human, then knowing that the clouds, which I did pop up somewhere, temporary problems, knowing that temporary problems can be healed through your anatomical body, okay? Meaning knowing what each movement will, you know, gain desire for you. Also the spiritual meaning of different things, itching, breaking out, etc., okay? And we got the moon being another, you know, relevant card for learning your mastery of your feminine side, which again is on that same side of stars, okay? So the star does know that they have demons with demands, okay? But it's not what you see. It's not always what you see. That person ain't gonna always be naked. She got some nice titties too. Ooh. All right, we got the elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. That's what you needed at the end of this, you know, at the end of this reading, to be, for one, elephants will have great memory, okay? So remembering everything, remembering those steps, those processes, those, you know, those steps and processes, okay? But also being able to structure it and communicate it to other people, okay? So let's see what month is relevant. December, okay? You said you love me in December, okay? So allowing things to freeze over, but also rebirth, birth itself, okay? Rebirth, death and rebirth was such a huge theme in my Celtic astrology reading, okay? I'll leave that below for you guys to watch. Great personal sorrow, okay? Being able to share the story of your sorrows. Other people love, I'm not gonna say it's a misery to share who you are, or share your initiation, or share your relevancy, but you have to sometimes give that story, okay? You have to sometimes give that that viewpoint that you have survived something, to allow others to kind of have a compassionate part with you, a compassionate connection, okay? A personal, what is it, pathos, okay? Having a personal, let's read it. You guys could be English composition writers. I might be talking to some teachers. Let me see, pathos, okay. Okay, a quality evokes pity or sadness, but it's not because of, everyone has something that makes people pity you, okay? So really kind of tapping into that and identifying, again, having emotional intelligence to identify those things, okay? So I am going to do the astral houses and the, main focus for the, I don't want to call them weeks because they're not weeks, but you can consider them weeks, but they're just tiers of initiation and processing of, of healing, okay? So for the first week, well, whatever, you guys know what I'm saying. For the first tier, we have marriage, okay? So again, that's 7 of Cups. You take a sacrifice to, receive what you really, truly wish. You can counteract that wish not coming true, okay? By, materializing in your marriage, materializing the marriage that you want by being, available to it, okay? Being available to it. That means business partnership and love partnership as well. And then we got the sunrise coming in with the nav. Okay, so this is all about wealth, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start, okay? Having that wealth on your mind when you create from this place of the, Page of Wands, okay? Let that be, like your sunrise be your wealth time, okay? And we got love being the highest vibration spiritually that you want to vibrate in with these sharks, okay? Take care or you will be at a loss, okay? Making sure you love your body as you love yourself. But also, again, just because it's in reverse does not mean that you're not taking, or you could be required to have more spiritual time with yourself, especially when it comes to meditating, okay? How often do you meditate for your own special being, okay? I like to do mine at night, but I also like to do mine in the morning, okay? So sometimes I will sleep with my meditation music at night, and I know that I'm, that's when my mind is like, because at 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. is when your third eye is most active and open, okay? So again, making sure that you're putting that love into that system, okay? Whatever you feel like you lack in that day, make sure you put it in your night so you can regenerate that in the morning, okay? And then, because again, sunrise being, how you receive your wealth. Your third eye also gives you the creativity that you need. Okay, hold on. I have one more thing. Cool, that's cool. Cute. All right, so we got career, okay? So this is going to be the demonstration of, okay? That final 4th tier is going to be a demonstration of how you put your leg into something, how you walk towards your material, okay? So even though here he's sitting down, sitting pretty, he also had a, a strong leg in his career where he had a nice rung, okay? They'd be like, oh, you had a nice leg, or that was a nice leg. That is a form of like, putting in the proper footing, okay? So again, keeping some ideas to yourself, because again, those who may come about you may betray you, okay? Especially the person who's relevant, the boastful person, okay? And then again, you want to make sure the communication is having a direct center to someone, okay? All right, talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys so much for tuning into your mid-month. I hope this gave you the clarification that you desired, needed, and wanted. Like I said, those who are storytellers need to channel their storytelling imagery, okay? Need to channel their storytelling abilities through their own creative writing, okay? So sometimes I even want to say this too for writers. I don't know, I'm just really getting the interest in writers right now. Okay, so those who are writers also need to know that don't find that form of information, don't find that form of creativity from that novice, okay? So if you feel like you are a novice storyteller, then practice writing, practice listening to a storyteller's from a novelty space, okay? Someone who does it for pleasure. And then when you become a master, you know, you need to be looking for the person who has the words for the storytelling that you have of your own, okay? You're not really lost for words when it comes to how you need to write. You're lost for, depending on which one. Say it's like, okay, I got the words, but I don't have the story. Or I have the story, but I don't have the words. So you need to practice either from the novice in their wordplay or the novice in their master in their storytelling, okay? And then you, again, practice from your master, the opposite, whichever one you have, okay? So wordplay versus storytelling. Storytelling versus wordplay, okay? So I'll talk to you guys later. Again, this video did go, I wanted it to be 20, but it's 25. Don't worry about it. See you on the other side. You guys go cross-watch other videos. Bye, Jellos.